Welcome to the Camper's Hideout. I am the Marksman. Today I bring to you some Palworld gameplay, the controversial Pokemon with guns. I'm going to present to you the best of the bases that I've built so far and that I'm still not finished. It has huge advantages and in my opinion it is fantastic. At the time of making this video I'm on level 60, it's currently day 576. I'm not using any cheats or mods but only changed the parameters of the world. I'll explain later. Look at this gorgeous cylindrical shaped castle. This is how it looked at the beginning. And yes, only the stairs are needed to hold everything you want to put on it, as long as the bottom floor is completed. The walls are merely for aesthetic purposes. The first thing I want to discuss is the location. Here are the coordinates in case you want to build yours up here, and I know you will. I had already failed with two other castles before building this one. The first one of them was here, right where you start. It was burned because some pals raided me. It wasn't their fault though, one of my base pals who spit fire did it. Damn you Fox Sparks! When the enemies fell, I witnessed something that gave me an anxiety attack. I didn't record or made any screenshots because of the shock of seeing how the castle that I've been working on for more than 4 hours was burning down completely, and I couldn't do anything. Seconds later, this is what I saw. A rain of material that lasted about a minute. Man, they fall real slow. At that moment, I knew I had to move on. Then after, I came to this place. Back then, I didn't have any mount, so I had to come up here only on foot. Damn, this guy must be so tired. I thought it was going to be a good idea that these walls helped me keep the enemies coming only from this side. And it kinda worked. The riders, now a higher level, kept coming, we shoot them, but even then it was so tiring to just craft ammunition to spend it all here. If you can call the arrows ammunition though. I ended up tearing down the second castle and migrating again. Then I did a little bit of research on the internet and I found out that the people were already talking about the best spots on the map. I've given a try to some of them, but oh man, this one convinced me. Only because of the 6 ore stone that respawn automatically sometime after you taking them, and the random chest that is always a different level. At that moment, there were no mining pits that you could put anywhere you wanted. But shortly after, while I was playing, I noticed something so much better and important. The raiders cannot come to my base. What? They get back to the bottom of a cliff. And I can come down and see how they just try to walk to nowhere. And even if I stand in front of them, they don't react. It's like they can't see me. So, to finish them is as easy as just blowing them all together. And that's it. You can take all the loot for almost zero effort. And even your pals don't need to stop working. How amazing. That probably works with any top of a cliff, but the upgrade is that you have those infinite ore stones, and also a free random level chests respawning. Okay everybody, now it's time to talk about the third castle. Each floor has 4 blocks in height, and there are 5 levels in total, including the rooftop. With that cylindrical shape, I'm able to use 100% of a full circle. And now that I'm mentioning the base limits, I will confess that I lowered the structure deterioration rate to 0, to be able to build a little bit outside of the ring. If I rested it, for sure some walls will fall down, and many objects will disappear. For me, one of the best things that this game has to offer is the base building. When you are a creative person, you can spend hours placing items on walls, imagining how you want this to work. So, getting advantage of the asset that this game offers, I've designed this building as a factory with some offices and employees, even though we all know there are no employees here. And now, this is the main door of Pokeamoon. Welcome everybody, please take off your shoes, the tour is about to begin. The first thing we see is the lobby, you've been there, some couches and a fountain back there, please don't drink the water. Then a cute little receptionist office, very nice to receive all the customers. On this side we have the washrooms, 3 of them, which nobody uses, and over here is the break room. Man, I truly hope that between all the Nintendo laws with things and the work they still have to put into the game, they find the time to make every pal or human that fits through the doors come and interact with the objects. I would love to see them come and take a break and talk to each other, you know? Well, that's it for the entrance of the company. Let's talk about the interior. Come with me. First thing we have here is my bedroom. The only important thing is the bed. I have many shelves and cabinets to store the low-level objects that I've gathered through my gameplay. And over here is the washroom with this vanity that allows me to change my character's appearance. That's it for my room. Let's go to the production area. This is the first level. Here we have the most important thing of the base, that is the PAL box. I've tried to put it on the second floor, but nobody wanted to walk downstairs, so I brought it back. We also have production of palladium, electricity, furnaces, a condenser, and over there is the mining site and the logging area. On this side are the basic requirements so the pals don't get sick of the press so often. There are some hot springs, then there is my main office in the middle, and next to it the bed area that nobody uses also because when the night comes most of them fall asleep wherever they're standing. Last thing on that corner, we have some decorations such a little bar including the menus and some benches. That's it. Let's get higher. Continuing with the second level, here we have food production. Many crops of the different seeds that are in game. I still need to optimize it because there is a limited number of pals who can come and work at the same time, and they cannot attend everything. Over there in the middle we have a container and a fridge to store all the products, and 2 stoves where I always keep some of the food in queue, especially pizza. One of my favorite foods in game because if you feed it to the employees, they're going to work twice as hard, just like in real life. Let's keep going to the next level. This is the third one. To the right, we have the incubator room. I've decided to keep the eggs inside the incubators even though they're ready to go, so the room has a better look. Whenever I decide to make a massive pack condensation to leave only one high-level male and female, I'll take everyone out. Next we have is the wrenches. The first one of them is a fornication place. You just need to place a male and female pal of the same species if you want another one of the same, or different species if you want something different. By the way, let me share with you this website called Palworld Breeding Calculator so you can see which pals to mix to get exactly the ones you need. Alright, we just need to leave a cake in that box for each egg we want to have. Right next, we have all the ranches for the pals that can drop materials of different types. I still need to put more stuff in here to make it look better, but you know, this is a long-term project and the game isn't finished yet, so we'll see later. Next floor, 4th level and last one where they have production. Over here I have low-level benches that you get at the start of the game just for nostalgia, then some lockers where I store the schematics, alright, different types, then I have a couple of each level 2 machines. I have production of materials, weapons and spheres. There is more machinery and higher level, but this is what I've unlocked so far. Back there, between all those glass walls, I have a bed, so I don't have to go to the first floor if the night comes, and I don't want to wait until everyone wakes up so I can keep forcing them to work. Pocket Pair Overlords, please hear me pray. I want an elevator. Just a slightly smaller object on a floor square where you, by jumping on it, you can go up and down using the same buttons that the flying pals use. Because for now, I have 2 options. I can get motion sickness by running down a spiral, or I can jump over here and just hope I don't die from the impact. Well, that's it for the 4th level, now let's finish this tour. On the 5th floor, we have another of the sounds that are only for the aesthetics and the fun of building, and that I swear I wish it wasn't like that. It would be amazing if the pals or humans we put on our base could come here and use this washroom. They'll go to the bar, serve themselves a beer, and then go sit on those couches to see somebody play the piano. It's okay to dream, my buddies, but this game is not finished yet, so I still have hope. One last thing about this game I want to say is that Nintendo has pushed Pocket Pair to remove some features from the game, such as being able to choose where to throw your sphere to invoke a pal. Now they just spawn next to you. And to my favorite pal, Hangyu, it can no longer keep his shape when you use it as a glider. So much luck to the developers against that huge company that wants to squash them. Well everyone, that is my whole base for now. Simple but efficient design, ergonomic for the pals that are giants, and very focused on the employees so they can have some comfort before going back to the forced work. I want to mention that the pals or humans who have handiwork ability are able to walk upstairs to the 4th floor with no problem to use the benches, and even giant pals go up there to explore when they take a break. At this point in my adventure in Palworld, I still have much to unlock, many pals to encounter and capture, bosses to defeat, and who knows what the heck the developers are planning to make this game more interesting, but for now, they have me obsessed. I have already spent 293 hours in game. Thank you very much for hanging out at the Camper's Hideout. There will be more videos about this game doing pals and humans hunt, and items unlocked before I move on to another game that has me stick to my computer. I leave you the link to the live stream. You know what to do if you want to support this channel that has just been born. I'll appreciate your comments. I send you all a sweaty hug with murmurous smell, and see you in the next video. Over and out.